There's more civilian casualties in Ukraine. Innocent people killed at a packed train station while trying to flee the violence that's destroyed their homes and uprooted their lives. We have photos of the attack. It's so graphic, we're only showing you the safest images to broadcast. Ukrainian officials saying that 2 Russian rockets killed more than 30 people and likely wounded more than 100 others. This happened in the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine. This comes as President Zelensky reveals the situation in the Kyiv suburb of, I've got to get a pronouncer on this, Borodyanka. Borodyanka is much scarier than the situation in Bucha, which we've been reporting for days now. Bodies found in the streets. With the war now in its 6th week, Russia is giving a somber take on the fighting, describing a, quote, tragedy of troop losses and the economic pain of sanctions. Speaking out about that from what we're hearing the first time. Now in Mariupol today, 10 evacuation corridors are set to open again to civilians who are trying to escape. That has not been able to happen since the city had been under such intense bombardment. Allison Harris has new reaction from the West overnight, including new sanctions issued by the U.S. and the European Union. Allison.
Good morning, Adrian. The shock from the barbaric actions that Russia is being accused of taking, including this latest incident this morning, is resulting in even more tough sanctions and bans for Russia, as the U.S. and allies are committing to sending even more equipment and more weapons to Ukraine.
Overnight, the U.S. announcing even more action to raise the economic pain on President Putin, this time sanctioning Russia's largest military shipbuilding and diamond mining companies, including the world's largest, as the UN ousts Russia from the world's leading human rights council.
Thousands of peaceful residents have been killed, tortured, raped, abducted, and robbed by the Russian army.
The push for Russia's removal led by the U.S.
We have collectively sent a strong message that the suffering of victims and survivors will not be ignored.
The world's outrage ramping up response from the West.
Allies should do more and are ready to do more to provide more equipment, and they realize and recognize the urgency.
Ukrainian leaders begging.
My agenda is very simple. It has only 3 items on it. It's weapons, weapons, and weapons.
The U.S. sending $400 million in weapons in just the last week alone, including more Javelin missiles and suicide drones. As Russia appears to be deploying more landmines and launching hypersonic missiles, the World Health Organization preparing for possible chemical attacks in Ukraine.
We're looking across the board right now, not only at what we've provided and continue to provide, but whether there are additional systems that would make a difference.
The chairman of the Joint Chiefs warning the world will be in for a long slog with this war.
The motion to reconsider is laid on the table.
As Congress voted overwhelmingly Thursday to stop normal trade relations with Russia and ban Russian oil imports, reinforcing President Biden's executive action as law.
And new this morning, the European Union is now following the U.S. in sanctioning President Putin's 2 adult daughters, freezing their assets and banning their travel.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.